Hi students, in this video we will talk about solving simultaneous linear equation in two unknowns by using algebraic methods. So you've already learned the graphical method. Let's try some else. So how to find the exact solution? We can use algebraic methods. So we have method of substitution and method of elimination. So let's talk about method of substitution. What does it mean? We try to substitute one equation to another. So let's say we have this simultaneous linear equation. Let's say we choose one of the equations and we rewrite it. Let's say we rewrite it as x as the subject. X equals to y plus 1. This is the third equation. And then we try to substitute this equation into equation 2. When you substitute it into 2, we have y as the unknown in one equation. So we can solve for y. So after we solve for y, we substitute it into either one equation, let's say into the third one. We find out what x is. So the solution, we have to write down. The solution is x equals to 2, y equals to 1. Say another example. This example, so first of all, we make x as the subject. X equals to 5 minus 2y. We substitute the third equation into the second one. So we have this. And we finally find y. And we substitute y equals to -4 into, let's say, the third equation. We can find out what x is. So the solution is this. Of course, you can check the solution. So we'll put it back to the first equation. Left hand side is equal to right hand side. Put it back for the second equation. Left hand side equals to right hand side. So it is a correct solution. So what if we make y as the subject? What will happen? Let's say we use y as the subject of 1. We substitute it into 2. We have something like this. We solve for x. And we substitute x equals to 13 into the third equation. We can find out y. The solution is the same. It's still correct. But is it a better one? Better way to do so? You have to determine it by yourself. So they involve more complicated operations. So in this time, you better use x rather than y. How about this? Solve this simultaneous equation. When we look at this, we shall look at the second one. For the second equation, we can have y equals to 2x minus 10. We substitute it into 1. We can find out what x is by these operations. Next, we substitute x equals to 8 back to the equation 3. We can find y. So the solution is this. Besides method of substitution, we have the method of elimination. And it involves addition or subtraction of the linear equations. And we can eliminate one of the two unknowns. So let's say we have this simultaneous equation. And one is plus y, one is negative y. So they are a pair of opposite numbers. We try to eliminate y by adding the two equations. Adding 1 and 2, left hand side and then right hand side. So the left hand side, we can eliminate the y. we got 5x equals to 10 and x equals to 2. And we can substitute it back to either equation to find what y is. Let's say we have another simultaneous equation. This times 5x, okay, they are equal, the coefficient, but in the same sign. So we would eliminate x by subtraction. So let's say 1 minus 2. So by subtraction, we can eliminate the x. So we have y equals 2. And then we can find what x is. See another one. How about this one? What would you choose? One is negative 2y, one is positive 2y. So you're adding these two. We choose negative 2y and plus 2y. We try to eliminate y. And addition. We eliminate y. So we find x. And then we can find y. Substitute it back to the equation 1. We find y. So we can write down the solution. Okay, how about this? So 4x are equal, so we try to eliminate x. Okay, we perform the subtraction. Be careful of the removing brackets. And by subtraction, we can eliminate x. We only have y here, and we find it out. We substitute it back to the equation 1. We can find what x is. So x is negative 1. So we find the solution. But sometimes we cannot eliminate the unknown directly. What does it mean? Look at this. 2x, 5x, y, and negative 3y. Okay, the coefficients are not the same. So we can multiply, let's say, the first equation by 3. We got the third equation. This equation we have 3y, and it can compare with the second equation. They are opposite numbers. So we can adding the second equation and the third equation in this way. And then we can eliminate y. So we can find out what x is. And then we can find y. By substituting this into equation 1, we can find y and we can find the solution. How about this? So we try to write it in this way, and we multiply the second equation by 2. We got the third equation. And the first equation and the third equation both have negative 2x. So we use subtraction. Let's say you wish the third one to minus the first one. Okay, be careful of removing the brackets. And in this way, x can be eliminated. Then we can have y. So we substitute back y equals to 5 into one of the equations. Then we find x. So we find the solution. So this is the way to do the algebraic method solving the simultaneous equation. Try your best on the quiz. See you next time.